1989, 30 years ago, almost exactly. We did a 10-stop tour around the country with a little workshop teaching seminar thing, which is entitled, I believe the title was How to Win Men for Christ. And we had a group of men who were either already doing men's ministry or were very interested in doing that. So that's where the whole thing started.
CVM grew and grew. We were out about a lot, visiting churches probably 2 or 3 times a week, doing men's events. CVM's purpose was to support the local church to introduce every man in the United Kingdom to Jesus. So we weren't doing the work, we never undermined the responsibility of the local church to do the frontline ministry, but we wanted to facilitate them and equip them, excite them and teach them how to win men for Christ.
I went to this church, a Baptist church, we had a men's group, and it was actually Max Sinclair was doing an evening meeting, and you know, obviously Max and I come from different cultural backgrounds, but I love what he said, and that helped me get rooted into the church, but also drew me to CVM. So that my first encounter with CVM was about 26 years ago, something like that. So quite remarkable, really. It's been a part of my life for a very long time.
We really felt that, you know what, this is right. This has come at the right time. We feel like God's in this. And at that point, my interest in CVM had really built because of what I was doing in Brazil, working with men. I was trying to ramp up the stuff in the local church setting as well. Yeah, and I was just, something in me was leaning towards evangelism to men, and I was really being awoken to the need of it.
Well, there's 2 things that have been very profound during my tenure at CVM for me. One was creating a gathering, and the other one was developing the missional movement, the code. And I suppose around that, we started to see a lot of men come to Christ, which was just great.
I've been really encouraged as I've gone around the country, visiting loads of different churches over my sort of 4 or 5 years. That's been a continual theme of guys thanking us for being here and being about the gospel. And I think it encourages men to be perhaps less apologetic about their faith and more unashamed about who Christ is in their lives.
My prayer for CVM going forwards is that it remains faithful to the original vision of winning men for Christ and stays on course. It's easy to get blown off course, I think. So my prayer would be that we go on winning men for Christ and teaching others to do just that.
The CVM will stay fresh and contemporary. I would pray that all of us undergird CVM not only by our prayer, but with our financial assistance to CVM, because I suspect that you know, we can grow CVM to reach out to this massive people in Britain who need to know Jesus, but we need workers on the ground. And we put cars on the roads and people in the churches when we have enough people employed to do so, as well as a huge cadre of volunteers working with and for CVM to do the local outreach, whether they are church by church, city by city.
The most exciting thing for me about CVM after 30 years, same vision, same values, same ethos, same drive, front foot of gospel mission, unashamed, still going for it, still there, still in the game after all this time. God has sustained us thus far. He's going to sustain us into the next 30 years because He's passionate to see men saved too. That's exciting for me. We're still there. One day, maybe the church won't need us, and that'll be a beautiful day too. But at the moment they do, and we're going to be like a relentless catalyst for mission and an adjutant for the gospel. All of those things, just get the blokes on the front foot for their own personal mission too. That excites me.
My main kind of prayer and focus going forward has been echoed with the other guys who've been CEOs and Max, the founder and visionary for this, is that we stay to the course, is that we keep our heart and passion in the gospel. It's what CVM's about, it's what we've been called to do. And it does mean we are a spearheaded kind of thing, we are the tip of the spear and we don't do everything, which we sometimes want to do, discipleship and all these kind of facets that we can bring in. But CVM is about introducing men to Jesus, and we want to keep that right at the front of what we do as a ministry, as an organisation. And I think going forward, that's something that we will keep in place through prayer and through people praying with us, for us, and keeping us on that path.